Specific kind of fear.
Not the kind that makes you run. The kind that makes you stay very still and watch.
Because something feels wrong.
Not obviously wrong. Not dangerous. Exactly.
Just off.
Like a sentence with one word out of place. Like a face you know, but arranged incorrectly.
Tonight we're talking about something that shows up in whispers. In forums, in stories people hesitate to tell out loud.
Not ghosts. Not demons.
Something quieter. Something that doesn't haunt you.
Something that replaces.
Good evening, savages, and welcome back to another episode of Savagely Paranormal. Tonight, we're talking about mimics.
Across cultures, across decades, people describe the same phenomenon. Someone they love comes back different.
Not dramatically, not violently, subtly.
They look the same. They still speak the same.
But something fundamental is missing, or worse, copied.
These often are called mimics, entities that don't just appear.
They imitate.
So we have had experience with this in our lives and in investigations. The place I work at currently, we have a mimic there, and they used to have fun with us. We would be in one area of the hospital and somebody else would say, "Why were you just over here? Why were you talking to me? Why were you calling me?" Nope, wasn't me. And I know you just came across this last night. You took some kids out for their first investigation.
Yeah, it was super fun. We were in the woods and we had we were at Witch's Peak in Ashtabula, and we had the IDC, the new spirit box that we have going, and something mimicked my voice, like exactly my voice. It came over the spirit box, and I was like probably 300 yards away down the path. Mm-hmm. There's no way that the kids heard me over the spirit box, and there's no way that I could make myself come over the spirit box. It was weird. But
how would you physically make your voice come over a spirit box?
Right, but I'm not the only one that it mimicked. It also mimicked somebody else in our group that we were with, and he was also down the path with me, and we were doing a dowsing rod session. It was interesting. It was weird. And then a couple weeks ago, my kid heard my voice outside our house when we picked up the Dybbuk box.
That whole fiasco.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that tonight. But Tessa worked with me, and both her and I and another coworker had been multiple instances where we were in one area of the hospital and we heard each other calling us from somewhere else in the hospital.
And I responded and sounded like an idiot because no one had been talking to me. I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Nobody asked for me.
But we've had that happen a few times when we've investigated there too. And like the kids will be like, when we took the kids, Tegan was like, "Why were you yelling for us?" I'm like, we weren't.
No, we weren't. We've had that happen even here in my lovely house that we talk about a lot. The kids have been home by themselves and they're like, "Mom, I heard your voice." I'm like, "Nope, sorry, it wasn't me. I'm at work."
This is why we have the if you heard it, no you didn't rules here.
No, you didn't.
Nope, wrong.
If you don't see my car in the driveway, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. No.
So we did dig up some stories of people that have had, I don't know exactly what you would call it. Experiences with mimics or hauntings.
I would say more that they're experiences than hauntings.
Yeah, because they don't really do anything besides mimic people.
Well, and then we had, we had our case, the Perry Farmhouse case. They have heard a mimic a lot at their house, a lot. And it has gotten progressively worse over the last year or so.
We need to go back there.
We do. But their youngest daughter has heard, like, her mom yelling for her when she's home alone. It's very weird that she's just having, like, the youngest daughter especially is experiencing this a lot more than anybody else in the house. But she'll hear her mom or her dad or the doors opening.
I think a lot of that is because of her age. She's at the puberty age where things kind of peak, and I think we need to go back before it progresses anymore.
But the daughter has the mom has also heard her kid's voice when nobody's been home. It's been a lot over the last year. It's gotten progressively worse since the last time we were there. So we definitely have to make another trip.
Yeah, we do.
Take Tessa with us this time.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We had a lot of fun things happen there.
Sounds great.
It's wild there. It's definitely wild. All right, so we have a story. Okay, so this writer says, my mom got home from work around 6:30 like she always does. I was in the kitchen. I heard her keys. I heard the door. Everything was normal. She walked in, smiled at me, but didn't say anything, which was weird because she always says something, even just, hey. I asked how work was. She kind of paused a little too long before answering. Then she said it was fine. Her voice sounded off, like someone was trying to match her voice, like an impression not natural. The dog backed away slowly, no barking, just kind of backing away and leaving the room. And that's when I felt it. I knew. I don't know how, but I knew that wasn't my mom. Then my real mom walked through the front door.
Stories like this share unsettling similarities, delayed responses, slightly incorrect emotional reactions, voice that sounds almost right, but not quite, animals reacting first, a deep instinctive certainty. This is not them. And maybe the most disturbing part, there's rarely aggression, just observation, like it's learning.
Yeah. And I will say the experiences that we've had, we hear the voice and we think it's them, but we know something is just slightly off. You can't pinpoint exactly what it is. Is it how they said it? Is it the tone of voice? Is it the voice? We don't know, but something just doesn't sound right.
It's usually like almost like something's wrong.
Yeah.
So there are a few theories, like psychological explanation. The brain misfires, familiarity gets disturbed, a loved one suddenly feels like a stranger. There's even a condition called Capgras syndrome, where people believe someone close to them has been replaced. But here's the problem. Capgras is internal. It doesn't explain shared experiences, animal reactions, identical patterns across unrelated people.
Then there's the paranormal explanation. That something can copy us. Not perfectly, not completely, but enough to pass if you don't look too closely. Because again, in the situations we've had at work, there have been multiple people that have heard this thing call somebody when the person who supposedly is the one calling is in a completely different area. I don't know how to explain it. I haven't figured out what the mimics are or what their purpose is or why they even exist. Is it simply just to cause chaos and uncertainty?
Is it like a poltergeist situation where they're literally just there to cause disruptions?
Right. And that's kind of what it seems like. I don't know. So we have another story because there are so many people out there that have experienced mimics. It's kind of crazy. We have another one who said, my boyfriend came over like normal. He started bringing up memories that didn't happen. Not big things, just small details, places we'd never been, conversations we never had. When I corrected him, he didn't argue. He just adjusted, like he was updating something. Now, normally, I can say this from experience. When he's told stories about, hey, remember when we did this? Nope. Not me. Don't remember it.
Right.
They don't just adjust their story. They kind of come back with, well, are you sure you don't remember? We did this, this, and this.
Well, that kind of goes back into like the concept in robotics and psychology that's like uncanny valley. It's, you know, it describes the discomfort we feel when something is almost human, but not quite. Now, imagine that feeling applied to somebody you love. It's a mimic is very similar to that. Like they're telling stories, memories that you don't have. And you're thinking, is this real? Who is this? How is this? It looks like them. It sounds almost like them.
Right.
It behaves almost just slightly off from them, but it makes you question whether they're the mimic or the other person.
Right. And especially if it's somebody who's passed, because you're really going to question things because are you remembering correctly? Did you forget something about them since they've been passed?
I mean, that's the scary part.
Right.
It's almost like you're being gaslit.
I mean, if something can mimic a person, how long would it really take you to notice? If they're mimicking someone in your household.
Would you catch it in a sentence? A gesture?
Right. Would it adjust quick enough to you noticing things were wrong to where you wouldn't question anymore?
Would it learn fast enough that it could just become them?
Or does it take more time for it to be in that specific setting to learn what it needs to learn and then slowly convince you?
Right.
I mean, in forums and personal accounts, people repeat the same advice. Don't confront it directly. Don't show fear. Observe quietly. Always trust your instincts. Because whatever this is, it seems to rely on one thing. You believing it.
So most people will go their entire lives without experiencing anything like this.
But the stories keep appearing.
Yeah. I don't understand. They all have the same details, the same feelings, the same quiet terrors.
Not that something's after you, but that something is trying to become you.
I can't wrap my head around this. What is it?
Why does it want to become something else so badly? How does it pick what it's going to mimic.
Right.
And does it stop? Like once it hits that perfect 100% mimic, does it move on? Or does it continue to be that person? And how many of them are there? Because if it's over here mimicking this one and it's over here mimicking that one, it boggles my mind. I don't.
What's the end game for them?
Right.
I don't understand what the like desired outcome is other than just like pure trickery.
And what is it? Is it really an entity by itself? Is it something like a poltergeist? Is it something like a PK manifestation? Is it demonic? Is it what? Is it something here just to cause chaos?
Why do they so badly want to become something that you know? What is it trying to learn and gain from you?
Right. Is it trying to be like a tulpa where it just becomes its own being?
That's a scary thought.
Right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There are a lot of encounters with tulpas. And
yeah, there is.
They do absolutely mimic people and things. But mimics aren't the only thing that mimic. There are other things that lure you in ever so slightly.
Oh, yeah. There's a huge list of things that will kind of throw out little things to lure you in. And
I mean, the flesh pedestrians love to mimic voices to lure you into the woods.
I'm still traumatized. I don't want to talk about it.
We have a whole other podcast with that one. But even the sirens will lure you in with something familiar, and I don't even know what they do after they lure you in. I don't want to know.
I don't want to think about it.
I'm good. But it seems like the stories with the mimics is increasing. So it makes me wonder, what are they and what do they want? There has to be an end game. They're not just an ordinary spirit that's here to quote unquote haunt or relay a message or anything like that. They have an end game. What is it?
Yeah, why are they so desperately trying to
replace people?
Right, that's the words I was looking for. Like replace.
I saw it in your head. Yeah, it was there.
It was there.
She could see it.
But why do they so badly want and need to mimic people that you love?
Right.
Or no.
Right. They don't go after like the guy you saw at the gas station. No, it's always like, okay, even at work, it was always, sorry, Tabby. It was 90% of the time either Tabby's voice or my voice that it mimicked, not anybody else's. It was the two people who were the prime people. So it's not like it picks randomly. It's always somebody that means something.
I mean, every time I heard it was
not
yours.
A pat on the back, but it was, when I heard it was Tabby. When you heard it was me. It was always somebody that meant something.
I heard both of your voices multiple times and came looking for you, and you were like, what?
Yeah. I can't count the number of times that I would hunt Tabby down. I'm like, what did you need? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, no. And it was like perfectly, clearly you saying whatever it was, and it was something that made sense in the context of what was happening in that moment too.
Yes, always. So there has to be a reason, because not everything in the paranormal world has a reason, but in order to make sense to me, there has to be a reason that they are coming through at the rate they are, using the people that they use to come through.
Right. There has to be a reason. Like, why is it so desperate to learn just the nuances to a person's behavior? Like, if it's just trying to mimic something good enough to get answers for a question they have, or like they're trying to learn how to be human, God forbid, they wouldn't take this much time to learn every little bit. And how do they learn how to mimic that person?
Right. I don't understand. How is it that they can mimic person A but not person B? And how do they get it so perfect that the people that deal with them every day don't really know it's not them, except for the slightest little thing?
Mimicking somebody else in an attempt to learn you, and then going about mimicking you to somebody else so that they can learn how they talk and they act and they enunciate their words and stuff.
I don't know.
It's a very interesting and weird phenomenon.
Great. Is this going to be our next project now for the next 3 months to figure this out?
Probably.
Time to read the
Probably.
books.
I don't understand. There has to be a reason that they are so prevalent right now. There doesn't have to be an end game, but in my brain, there has to be an end game.
Right.
There has to be a reason. In the spirit world, there doesn't really have to be, but in order for me to make sense of it, there has to be a reason. Because everything has to have a reason as to why it's happening.
Right. Could it be some kind of like interdimensional kind of thing? Like,
wait, I've already thought about the A words. Do we really have to go there? Because that makes the most sense.
But hear me out. What if it's not one of the A words? What if it's
the S words?
Say a shadow person.
That was my other thought.
And they're mimicking other people. They're able to finally figure out how to fully manifest as something other than what they truly are.
And that would make the most sense because that's where my brain went after the A words.
It also explains how they're able to learn and mimic things so well. It's because they're hiding in the shadows.
Right. Because they see everything you do. They watch everything you do. And that's all they do is learn.
That's incredibly creepy. I'm sorry. The thought of someone watching you 24/7 is terrifying.
You haven't figured out that's one of the things you have in your house yet?
I don't want to talk about it.
So guys, if you've ever experienced a mimic, please message us your stories. We want to hear.
Yeah, because we want to figure this out.
We might have to make this another podcast if we get enough stories.
Oh, yeah. Because
Like a listener tales.
we are going to be like deep diving this here in the next few weeks. So give us your stories.
A listener posted segment of just your stories
Oh, yeah.
would
That would
be
be cool.
freaking awesome. It'd be so much fun. I would love to get all of your stories and get them out if you're willing to share.
Oh, yeah. We can do them completely anonymous if you don't want your name out there. That's not a problem. But this has my mind going at about 1,000 miles an hour now.
That's going to be in your brain for the next week, just straight.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be texting you like 50 times a day. Dude, what if they did this?
Dude, I just thought of this.
This will definitely have to be another segment if we can get enough stories to share.
Oh, yeah.
So please share your experiences, your stories, post them in the comments if you want.
Go to our website. You can send them to the contact us form. You can go to our Facebook, our TikTok, DM us your stories if you don't want your names attached.
Hang out with us on Discord. Come hang out with me. Let's chat about your stories. Let's talk about your experiences.
All right. So I had fun with the whole mimic conversation. Did you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay tuned to the next episode and see what we dig into next.
And remember, if it ever happens to you, we hope you notice. See you later, savages.